Hello there and welcome to Lupus, Straight Up No Chaser. I'm Michelle, and today's message is going to be called You Are the Owner of Your Own Team. When I was diagnosed with lupus in 2003, I had the wonderful good fortune to have Dr. Lisa Scalzi, a pediatric rheumatologist, as my doctor at University Hospitals of Cleveland. I know, you may be wondering, why was I seeing a pediatric rheumatologist? We'll save that for another day. But in the spirit of the football season, let me give you this analogy that actually Dr. Scalzi, put in my mind about. And that was that I am the owner of a football team, and she's my coach. And it is her responsibility to find me players, i.e. other doctors of specialties. So Dr. Scalzi helped me manage the whole process because she found my cardiologist, nephrologist, gastrointernist, my psychiatrist, my hematologist, my oncologist, anesthesiologist, surgeon, you name it, she found it. And you know what? It took all the pressure off of me. I didn't bother to learn about my disease. I let her guide it and do it all. And don't get me wrong, I loved her. And I credit my first bout of going into remission is because she was a great coach. She had all these players, and she could tell them what to do, how to do it, and the way it was orchestrated like a beautiful dance, like a choreographic dance. That's what it was. And guess what happened? Well, God forbid, the woman goes on maternity leave. And I was lost. This amazing coach that just let me sit back and oversee the team when I didn't have to do any work, she wasn't there anymore. And then what happens? I decide to move 3,000 miles away from my hometown and start all over again, and it was overwhelming. I guess I didn't realize how good I had it. I had to find a new coach, and guess what? It was not easy. So I decided, as the owner of this team, I had to first learn how to run a team and figure out what was going to make it successful. I read everything I could about lupus. I started where I really wanted to be an active participant in my disease and in my health. I didn't want to just, have a nurse take my blood pressure and tell me whether or not it was good, high, bad, low. I wanted to know, well, what is the number? I didn't want to just hear that my blood work came back fine or a little abnormal. Oh no, I wanted to know, what's my red blood cell count, my white blood cell count, how many platelets do I have, what is my hematocrit, what is my BUN, what are my creatine levels, is my vitamin D doing good, am I anemic, how's my iron? I wanted to know it all because I started charting because I wanted to find out what was going on with me. And I didn't pop pills just because a doctor told me I needed to. I asked why, what's it for, how long it's been on the market, what other drugs are out there, is it generic, is it name brand, so on and so on. And I realized that I wanted a partner. Not a dictator. And the most important thing is that I really understood this principle of giving respect to all the medical professionals out there who have went to years of schooling and practice, and I give you my props. But I realized they work for me. I'm the owner of the team. Isn't that something when you say it like that? And I know you're all wondering about, this football analogy, so just bear with me. But all I can say is that if you're the owner of a team and your players are not performing, they're not doing what you ask them to do, and they're not finding ways to win games, well, what are you going to do? You got that right. You're going to terminate them. You're going to put them on a performance plan. If they don't get up to speed, they're fired. That's kind of funny. But anyway, I made it my mission to take care of me. And how do you do that? By getting you a team of doctors that understand that, and they want to be on your team. You know, I interviewed doctors regardless of their specialty. Yeah, I said it. I interviewed them. I mean, I would tell them up front, I'm a complicated case. Are you up for the challenge? I mean, what are your rules about emergency appointments? And most importantly, you know, I want them to know that I was extremely knowledgeable about my disease and how it affects me. Over the course of the last 10 years, I've had some trials and errors, and I never hired a coach again. I decided that I was going to be both the owner and the coach. But I want to tell you, I found a star quarterback in my rheumatologist currently, Dr. Mitchell Foreman. I mean, wow. I mean, he's a great leader, and he works well with others, i.e. my other doctors, and he's the one that kind of keeps everybody up to date on the course of treatment that him and I have decided upon. We share clinical reports and findings that we've read. We giggle like two school kids when we look at studies that have been done in Europe or Mayo Clinic or Johns Hopkins. Don't get overwhelmed. That's just what I do. But I'm just saying that I'm very active in this. And he's my partner. So in closing today, I'm going to ask you, what are you doing as the owner of your team? I mean, is your doctor your partner or your dictator? I mean, I hope that you find a partner that can help you navigate this tough disease until one day there is a cure that is found for this. So until next time, I wish you good health, peace, and energy. Ciao, Bella.